Associate Professor with the National Defense University. He joins us now live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much, Professor, for joining us here on TRT World.
Thank you.
TRT World. Now, help put this in perspective for us. Is this Russia indicating an all-out war against NATO?
Well, it's Russia trying to put pressure on NATO. So basically, Russia already has intermediate range ballistic missiles in Europe. The question is, how far in Europe? Are they just on the other side of the Ural Mountains, on the European side? And, will Russia move them further west? Building these missiles and fielding them is a violation of the Intermediate Nuclear Forces Treaty. The Trump administration withdrew over that issue, and it's important to note that the Biden administration has not moved to re-enter it. Trump and Biden don't agree on a whole lot, but they agree on this. I think you have to take this in the overall context of Putin's attempt to finally subjugate Ukraine, which really is embarrassing him, because a pro-Russian government was overthrown by a color revolution, and then the Russian military has been bogged down for 7 years. What Putin wants to do is threaten the West into compromising sovereignty in countries like Poland, the Baltic republics, Hungary, and he's using every arrow in his quiver to do it. This is just one of them.
Now, Professor, are these just mere threats, or is Putin going to do what he did back in 2014, invade Ukraine?
He certainly has the ability to do it. He's massed about 50 battalion equivalents and on Ukraine's borders. And the tactical advantage he's going to have is that Ukraine has to defend the entire frontier. Putin can decide where to go in. So if he were to invade, he would probably conquer a great amount of Ukrainian land very quickly. But then things would get tough. Just as in the Donbass, what they would find is that the lines of supply, the vulnerability of what's called strategic exhaustion will take over. Similarly, Putin also has the ability to move these cruise missiles further west. But what it would do is probably poison relations that, let's be honest, he's dependent on, at least for natural gas. That's the main source of cash for his regime. It would poison relations with the West for some time.
All right, Professor David Des Roches, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World.